we're thrilled to be here. Let's get started with the topic. So the topic is artificial intelligence. And a friend of mine called me the other day, kind of in a panic. She's on a Fortune 50 board. And she said, I was sitting next to someone on the plane. They knew I was a Fortune 50 board member at this company you all know. And they asked me a question. And they said, at your company, do your employees, are they allowed to use ChatGPT at work? How many of you have heard that question? And so she calls me in a panic. She goes, I didn't even know what the question meant. Why is she asking me? Why is she asking a board member? She said to me, I just have 3 questions. Number 1, what the hell's AI? Number 2, what the just happened? Because everywhere she turns now, it's ChatGPT. And third is, how do I even put that into context as a board member? So if do any of you have that on your mind at all? Because if you don't, we'll just go right into neural networks and how to program it.
Nice.
Okay, so we're going to start. So some of you I am going to insult. So we're going to start very basic. What is AI? AI is a huge umbrella term, and all it means is when computers mimic human activities. So like I can see when the computer sees it is doing AI. It can hear, the computer can speak. I'm going to give you, most of you are using AI right now. I was talking to somebody who said, I haven't really used AI. Every single program you've used, every program since probably at least the 50s has AI in it. In fact, I'm going to do a demonstration of using AI on this phone. Ready? Speak to representative, speak to representative, speak to representative. That's a bad example of AI, but that is actually AI. Speak to representative. God damn it, speak to representative. I'm going to get rid of this credit card. So that's AI. So AI is what it was trying to listen like a human would. It was trying to understand, and then just like your brother didn't understand and didn't do anything that helped you. So AI, we call it good old-fashioned AI. It's programmed in many, many things. It's an umbrella term. So if you just use the word AI, you're saying something like climate change or world hunger. It's big. So then she says, well, what just happened? If AI is so old, why is it such a big deal? So now point 2. There's a subspecies of AI. So there's a million kinds of AI, and one of them is called machine learning. We're going to get to ChatGPT, I promise. Machine learning is a little bit different than other kinds of AI in the sense that other kinds of AI, you hire a human that has knowledge, they code up a set of rules, you hand a program to a computer, and output comes out. And the world was good, and we made a lot of money. What machine learning does is people said, why am I writing the program? Why don't you write the program? So instead of giving the computer the program, you give the computer a lot of data. And then a program comes out. So the computer's still in the middle. It's just who's writing the program and where did that knowledge come from? The computer got the knowledge by just using statistical processes and a lot of math to take a whole ton of data and find patterns that humans couldn't. So that's called machine learning. Data is hugely important, and it's biased as the bias. If the data is biased, your program isn't going to be less biased. Believe me, if the data has only been trained in North America, well, it's not going to know a lot about South Korea. So the data in is a function of the quality of the program coming out. So big picture AI, machine learning is a type of AI. There's many different types. So what is this ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a type of machine learning, and it's called generative because it creates things. So machine learning in general usually is a probability, gives you probability of statistics, or like how probable is this will happen, which should the routes of my mail trucks be. ChatGPT just creates things based on the whole internet that it read up until 2021. So somebody fed it the whole internet from 2021 in all languages. And what ChatGPT is able to do, it doesn't know anything. It's just a really good mimic. And it just kind of regurgitates random words from different things that it pulled together. So have you all tried it in the back? So what made it so explosive, because normally there's I don't know how many thousands of researchers in AI, and they work in obscurity, and you hear little things from time to time. What happened was this really small company, there's 200 people, decided to release ChatGPT to every single person in the world. And pretty much most of the people took it within 10 days. So ChatGPT, every employee has it. And if I were to call an all-hands meeting, I'd say, look, I've got good news and bad news for all of you. you all get an intern, a really dedicated intern that can do wonderful things. It can plan a trip. It can give you recipes for a week. It can, I just did one where it wrote an essay in the style of the Declaration of Independence about losing a sock in the dryer. And it was awesome. It was really awesome. I recommend you do that. But it isn't just party tricks. It can summarize my meeting notes. It came up with slides for a presentation I was going to write. It analyzed some data with me just using my voice. So it isn't magic, it is math. So the good news is you have an intern, it's patient, you don't have to pay it. But there is some bad news. Sometimes the intern lies. Just like people in your life, it's no different. It'll make things up but sound authoritative. And there's a little bit of issues with, sometimes we don't know where he got that information from. And other people might think it's their own and then kind of sue us for intellectual property rights. And by the way, whenever you ask it anything, just like Google search, it keeps that query. So if you say, hi, I'm at Raytheon, and how do we compete with whatever, I don't know, whatever, Lockheed Martin, then somebody somewhere knows you're trying to compete with Lockheed Martin. It goes up into the cloud. So there's a lot of new governance with all the, with AI, all the positives of it. It's going to change industries. It's going to go really fast. There are some new governance things that you're going to learn. You're going to need to learn about AI.